beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about being alone and feeling alone. I know sometimes people perceive that as a bad thing, but in all actuality, it's actually a good thing. In that moment where you're alone, it gives you the ability to grow and work on yourself. I know sometimes your thoughts may be dark, or you may feel stuck, or you may ask yourself, like, what's going on? Why are you going through this? But in all actuality, you just need to pay attention to everything that's going on around you, even your thoughts. And in that moment, just pray and ask God to show you signs and messages to get out of whatever situation that you're in. And you would definitely receive the signs and messages. You just have to be positive. Although I know it's so cliche, people say that all the time, be positive in a situation where it's unbearable. But in all actuality, you do. Whatever negative thought you're thinking, fight it with a positive thought. Rebuke it. Say, that's not me. I'm better than that. God know who I am. He sees my heart. He know my heart is pure. And I'm not going to let these negative thoughts stop me or dictate anything about me. It doesn't matter what situation it is. Just keep going. Keep fighting. The longer the battle, the bigger the blessing. Just remember that. Don't give up. You have to keep going. You have to keep fighting in order to grow. You're growing. You're learning. I know sometimes you may feel like you want to cry. It's okay to cry. Let it out. We all cry. We all have to cry. In that period of when you're crying, you're healing. You're growing into the human that you need to be. Don't let the situation stop you or bring you down. Yeah, I know in the situation, it may be hard right now. But like I said before, the longer the battle, the bigger the blessing. Just keep having faith, believe in yourself, keep praying, believe in God, put God first in everything that you do. Always put God first, no matter what the situation is. It doesn't matter how things may be looking right now. You may be feeling very, very down and stuck. Trust me, we have all been there. We all have been there. But as long as you keep your faith, put God first, and you believe and trust in yourself and God, you're going to get through what you're going through. And it's okay to be going through this period. Don't feel like there's something wrong with you, because there's not nothing wrong with you. Like I said before, you have to go through this to learn, to grow, to heal. Maybe it's something that some things that you have been decompressing inside and it's coming up. That's why I always tell people, it's not good to ignore your feelings or to ignore a situation, because it doesn't matter how long you put it off for or how long you ignore it, it's gonna come up. You cannot run from yourself. That's one thing you can't do, is run from yourself. Although you may use things to, numb the pain and to try not to think about what's going on, even after all that stuff we're off or whatever you're doing, those thoughts are still going to be there. That situation that you're running from, and those thoughts that you're running from, and the thing that you have to heal from, is still going to be there. You have to deal with it. Go inside, meditate, pray. Be by yourself. Be in a quiet space so you can hear yourself clearly. You can hear God clearly. You can hear the messages clearly. You have to take time for yourself to actually feel all your emotions so you can get through everything that you're going through, to grow and to become the person that you are meant to be. You are a beautiful human. I love you. God love you. You have people in your life that love you. Don't give up. What are you giving up for? I understand it's hard, it's depressed, but do not give up. You don't need to give up. Keep going. Things don't happen overnight. And that's what we need to learn within ourselves, that things do not happen overnight. It takes time, because in that time, on that journey, you're learning, you're growing, you're going through that trial and error period. Like, you're going through that trial and error period. Like, you have to go through the trial and error period to become successful. That's how people learn. You have to fail to learn, to grow, so that way you can correct yourself. And hey, you say to yourself, hey, I have experience in this. So now I'm ready for the next level. Whatever level you were meant to be on or go on, or whatever it is that you want to do in your life, do it. It doesn't matter if it's hard or if it seems like there is no way, because there is a way. There's always a way. That's what I always tell people. There's always a way. People tell you no. Yes, there is. There's a yes after that. If there's a no to you, there's a yes. It's a yes to me. I'm sorry. I'm going to find a way. You cannot tell me no. You just can't. There's always a way. There's always a way. Trust me. If you keep telling yourself that, it doesn't matter what nobody tell me to try to hinder my progress and growing in life, I'm gonna find that way. I'm gonna keep going. Even these thoughts, I'm gonna fight them. It's not me. This is not me. It's just a distraction to try to keep you from not growing, to try to keep you stuck at where you're at. Because God knows where you need to be. He knows exactly where you're going. You just have to know. You have to believe it. You have to keep going. You have to put in the work. Don't give up. I understand it's hard, but don't give up. And I know it's so cliche. Once again, people say it all the time, but the reason why they're saying it is because they've been through that. They've been through a tough situation in their life. They know what they had to do to get out of that situation. They didn't stop. They fought until they got to where they need to be. And they're still going. Because even when you do get to where you need to be, it's still going to be a point in your time where you're still going to have to fight. Because you're going to want to grow more in that process. So you're still going to have to fight. You're going to have to learn things. You're going to have to research. You're going to have to make sure you're being disciplined so you can get to where you need to be. I know it's hard. Trust me, I know it's hard. But you just have to keep going. Don't stop. The longer the battle, the bigger the blessing. Just keep that in mind. Always be positive and always put God first. In that moment, be grateful because you're learning. You're learning in this moment. Whatever it is that you're going through, you're learning. It's just up to you to take it as a learning experience and look at it as a learning experience and not something that is just keeping you stuck. This is just a period in your time of where you need to learn something about yourself so you can grow out of whatever situation that you're in. It's okay to feel like this. We all feel like this sometimes. We all feel stuck. We all feel depressed. We all feel alone. But when you're alone, that's the time for you to grow and to learn things and to build a relationship with God. Most importantly, that's number one. In this moment of when you're alone, build a relationship with God. Get close to God. Because at the end of the day, when you don't have nobody around you, God is always there. He's there with us 24/7. So I personally feel like when you are alone and you feel like you're lonely and nobody understands you, that's something that you have to go through so you can learn something in that moment, so you can elevate to the next level and become the person that you're meant to be. Also, you have to be grateful. I know it may be hard, or you may feel like, hey, what is there, in this situation to like be happy about? But there's many of things to be happy about. There's plenty of things to be happy about. You have God on your side. That's the first thing that should make you happy, because God will never leave you or forsake you. And I'm sure you have people in your life that loves you and that wants the best for you. You just have to listen, and you just have to stop brushing those people away. I know sometimes we don't want to hear what they have to say, but in all actuality, they're saying the right thing that you need to hear. God put people in our lives for a reason. And I believe that he speaks through people. So sometimes you just have to pay attention. That's what I feel. I feel like personally when you're alone, pay attention to everything that's going on around you. So that way later on you can just be like, hey, okay, this all makes sense. This really all makes sense now. I see why this was happening. I had to go through this to get here. That's how you have to look at it and think about it. Don't just think, oh my god, this is the worst, because it's not. You're growing, you're learning. You have to go through this to grow through this. Remember that. Always put God first. You're strong, you're beautiful. I love you. God love you. Just keep going. Don't give up. Keep fighting. You got this. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. You are that light. You are light. Nothing can take that from you. Keep going. Have a great day. Always be positive. I know sometimes it's hard. Like I said, rebuke that negative thought with a positive one. Fight it. Rebuke it. You're bigger than that. Again, you're light. In that darkness, you are the light. Okay? Have a great day. God love you, and I love you. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.